Happy New Year, YouTube. Happy New Year to everybody. Happy 2024. We've made it this far, guys. I'm so excited for what the year has in store for me and has in store for you too. I think that we, learning from so much in the previous year and learning so much about the space is that, it does, of course, require a lot of time and effort and all that jazz, but at the end of the day, it's just about prioritizing and getting everything in order for you to reach your goal and make a success of it. I think in anything that you do going forward, I pray that and I hope for all of you guys that you do well, whether it be going to the gym, trying to get into shape again, whether it be trying to make extra money, getting a new job, getting a new car, going overseas and traveling the world. I think above everything else, that should be the main focus, is to reach and set and prioritize your goals. I think one thing that we always tend to do is kind of like, we make these short, long-term goals, especially more over the long-term goals, and then we tend to neglect them from time to time, and I think that having those things is to say, let my New Year's resolution be to rid of bad habits or bad routines or things that I may have been doing in the past, so but with everything that you do, it's just about getting it straight and getting it done, and of course having fun with it. Especially we've had a rough 2023. There's so much has been going on. It's like whether you've experienced the loss of a loved one, whether you've lost something, whether you've lost a job, whatever the case may be, is to always think to yourself, it's never too late. It's never too late, and it's never the end. What would we be if we didn't endure failures? I think that's one thing we need to take away from our experiences from the previous years, to say, if you haven't learned from what you failed at or what you didn't succeed in, is to say, what makes you stronger? What were you going to do differently? And it starts with self. We could start and have a whole conversation and blame a whole lot of other people and say, the reason why I did is because that person deprived me of opportunity, or this person did that. But the thing is that to a certain degree that might be correct, but at the end of the day, you are your own human being. You are an individual. You decide the direction you go to in life. That's the core of it. So I believe that for everybody here is that you have the potential to be who you need to be, or who you want to be in this life. You only have one life. Life is short too. We've seen a lot of deaths. We've seen a lot of people losing their lives throughout this past year, and you just realize that the value of your life is you should be important and value your life, and say to yourself, okay, cool, what am I going to do differently? Especially when it comes to your health as well, your mental health too. How are you going to fix it? I think with me, I've just decided, I was like, okay, I've got so many things that I want to do differently to its entirety. I've said, like, I want to, especially when it comes to the traveling component. Yes, I do travel now and then, of course, going to other places as well, but I just need to expand more and say, okay, fine, let me do it because I want to do it, not because I have to do it too. You get what I'm saying? So as well, getting back into shape as well as the most core fundamental. Of course, with December, you spend time with family, you do a whole lot of other stuff, and you are, you say, okay, fine, I'll get to it when I get there. Let me just get my mind right mentally, and then let's get to it. But yeah, I think it's a big must, especially when it comes to reaching your goals. Getting those studies and getting those. I think for me that was my thing for this past year. Is that, like, of course I've been doing a lot of academics, and mind you, please understand, I'll tell you straight up now, I'm not an academic for anything. I think this was like one of the first years of my life where I've just literally had to prioritize into my academics and see how far I go, and I'm actually really proud of myself, because it takes a lot of grinding. It takes those weekends where you don't want to wake up in the morning, you want to sleep in, but you gotta wake up to go to class and all those things. It pays off at the end of the day. It's not about we're always so focused on the destination, like, oh, it's too far, but you don't realize that you might just have so much fun, um, so much fun when it comes to the journey, because you learn a lot of things when it comes to that as well. So I'm really looking forward to what's in store for me personally. I think in regards to the channel as well, I really looked at about a lot of things when it comes to core fundamental understanding of how this YouTube space works. Me taking into account there's a lot of things that I maybe have neglected in the past, and have taken not necessarily shortcuts per se, but I've necessarily did things half-assed, and that's not a good thing for me, of course. I think that's why I take accountability, is to not go into anything half-assed, especially if you want to succeed in this YouTube game. It's ruthless, it can be unforgiving, but at the same time it can be fun. So that's the thing that I really enjoyed about like being in this space, is just that I think being able to apply myself in a way to talk about topics that I generally maybe talk about with friends and stuff, because with me and my friends we talk about a lot of things, but I think moreover it's just about like sharing those type of topics, with people, just having those conversations with people, say, hey, this is the topic that this is the thing that I I enjoy doing, and this is what I like to talk about, and maybe get engaged with the audience as well. It might not be a celebrity topic per se, but it can be something that basically never really hit your algorithms until the time you've seen the video that I've posted, or maybe one or two other YouTubers have posted in this space. So especially with these small YouTubers, we are trying to get our numbers up. That's something that we really have to work hard towards, or particularly me have to work towards, but other than that, I really appreciate the space I'm in, for me to have the courage back in 2021 to start this channel and to say, look, I want to do something on YouTube and share some thoughts and have a little bit of chats with people. I think that's really encouraged me to be in front of a camera and say what I needed to say. I think no, and at the same time not to try to offend anybody, not to offend any of the audience as well, of course. So I think that's for me my take on the whole situation, is to say with Big Bear podcast and reviews is to be more better each and every stride, just to be more better. Of course I will be a bit more, of course I'll have a little bit of tactfulness, but getting more of those thought-provoking conversations that need to be had, and topics that need to be spoken about, especially those that don't necessarily hit our mainstream news or TVs, and of course my honest opinion, I don't necessarily rely on mainstream news and media, because sometimes that is always rigged in a way, but but other than that, man, I have to come bigger and better, more topics as usual. And I believe, like, for me, that's not about giving up. Never give up. I think the biggest thing to take away and go forward is to never give up, guys. Never give up. Excuse me, I lost my voice there. Never give up on that, So anyway, guys, I'm wishing everybody a happy 2024. May you reach your goals. May you get to where you need to get to and make the best of it. At the end of the day, you are your main actor of your movie. Boys were told that from years ago. You're the main actor of your movie, and you can do it. But anyway, guys, that's it from me. Wishing you all a happy 2024. Until the next video, peace.